name is Claire Williamson, and I'm the Director of Education and Community Engagement at Society for the Performing Arts, or SPA for short. SPA is what's known as a nonprofit presenting organization, and our mission is to connect audiences with exceptional artists through diverse performances and learning experiences. We bring music, dance, theater, and speakers from all over the world to Houston, and my job in education is to connect all of you with these artists by bringing them out into the community for master classes, mini performances, lectures and conversations, and a host of programs for our teacher and student audiences. I look forward to seeing all of you in the theater soon when it's safe for us to gather again. Today, I'll be sharing with you a wonderful storybook called Father's Chinese Opera by Rich Lowe. It's a wonderful story that highlights the power of the stage, the magic of being a performer, and the wonderful experience of being in the audience. I'm really excited to share it with you, so let's get to it. Father's Chinese Opera, written and illustrated by Rich Lowe. Father's Chinese Opera by Rich Lowe. Father was the band leader and composer of the Chinese opera in Hong Kong. Sometimes I sat on top of the instrument cases and watched the actors on stage. They sang high-pitched songs Father had written. They did flips and somersaults, and pretended to fight all across the stage. One evening, after rehearsal, I walked backstage to talk with Gai Chui. Everyone said Gai Chui was the best acrobat in the Chinese opera. He taught the troupe to perform acrobatic moves choreographed to Father's music. "Will you teach me the acrobatic moves?" I asked. "I will be your best student. I will practice day and night. I will master all the moves." Finally, Gai Chui agreed. He and I started to exercise together. As we practiced the moves, he called out the names and the movements of the animals we were imitating. Praying mantis, drunken monkey, crouching tiger, striking leopard, flying dragon, white crane. Can you make these moves? I boasted to all my friends that I would soon be joining the opera as an acrobat. Woohoo! But when I went backstage after one performance to tell Gai Chui that I was ready for my assignment, he laughed loudly. "Ha ha! Presumptuous boy! Do you think you can be part of the opera so quickly?" You see the actor laughing? I ran from my tent all the way back to our apartment. I sat by the window and stared at the people on the street below. I felt Father touch my shoulder. He showed me a photograph of him holding an old Iwu case. That photograph was taken before my first audition in Chuanzhou, he said. I had to learn to play all the instruments so I could write the music. And I had to learn to write songs before I had the chance to lead an opera troupe. As I lay in bed that night, I thought about what Father had said. The next day, I returned to the tent where the actors and acrobats were practicing. At the other end of the stage, I noticed the young flag carriers practicing their routines. I asked Father for permission to be a flag carrier. He smiled and said, "Yes, but just for the summer." I began to practice with the flag carriers. The group leader handed out flags, and we ran in a single file, weaving like a serpent on the front of the stage. There they go. I made many new friends, including some of the younger acrobats. They told me that they were once flag carriers and had continued to practice until they were good enough to work with the regular acrobats. I practiced even harder with the other flag carriers. Look at them go. After the last performance of the summer, I saw Gaitri standing on the side of the stage. "Did you see the moves I made?" I asked. Chui looked at the stage, then at me. "You are very good," he said. "Keep practicing, and you will become the best acrobat in the opera." The end. This time, we're going to flip through the pages of the book so that you can see all the wonderful pictures. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about Chinese opera. Chinese opera is a form of dramatic musical theater, first organized during the Tang Dynasty under Emperor Xuanzong in the years 712 to 755. Opera themes are usually about family goodness, poverty and wealth, shame, revolution, and war. Every story is written to educate the audience about life. Actors use exaggerated movements and sing songs in different pitches to entertain the audience. Actors wear colorful makeup and traditional costumes, with each color having a different meaning. White is evil, red is bravery, blue is loyalty, yellow is ambition, and black is fierceness. Do you see these colors in the illustrations of the book? The costumes are unique to the actors based on the characters they play. The more important the character, the more decorations on the costume. For example, a war general will have a highly decorated outfit with feathers, small flags, and his name on the back. A peasant will just have a plain outfit with a sash. Chinese opera also consists of acrobats who bring action to the play with their martial arts feats, somersaults, and flips. The acrobats are young men and women who have aspirations to become actors. Through martial arts training, they gain balance and strength to enhance their acting and singing on stage during a long performance. Beneath the acrobats are the flag carriers. They too must learn martial arts in the hope that they will be promoted to acrobats. They usually carry lightweight flags made of silk embroidered with Chinese characters. Do you see young Rich holding his flag? They add excitement and action in the background during fight scenes. For example, a flag carrier with the name of the emperor on his flag will lead an army of acrobats running in single file like a serpent on stage. Remember when we saw that in the book? The songs are the core of the opera. They're written by composers who have deep knowledge of history, literature, and music. The opera music is influenced by songs and stories of ancient times. The lyrics are changed to fit the scenes, but the melody is seldom altered. Throughout the play, the audience recognizes these familiar melodies. Lo Tak, Rich Lo, the author, his father, was a composer and an ensemble leader of Chinese opera in Hong Kong in the 1960s. This book is a story of what it was like for Rich Lo to grow up backstage at the opera when his dad was the ensemble leader. Thanks to everyone for joining me today for this reading of Father's Chinese Opera, written and illustrated by Rich Lowe. I hope you all learned something new about Chinese opera and that this book will get you excited about joining us in the theater sometime soon. Thanks to our partners at Harris County Public Library for hosting me today, and make sure to check this book out at your local library if you want to take a look at the pictures in person. Bye.